Hey guys, welcome to the True Blue Riffcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Dave. My name is Christine DeBelle, but many of you know me as Susan from A Talking Cat. And as you know, I have to go and get my cheese puffs out of the oven. So have a great time with Jeremy and Dave. See you soon.
Thanks, Christine. This is the True Blue Riffcast, the #1 RiffTrax podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I am joined, as always, by...
Sup, everyone? It's me, Dave. We're back.
We're back. We had a fun game night last week.
Mm-hmm.
Clean off, Dave. Clean
off.
Emma's
gonna kick your ass. I won one game, the first game, then I came in second to last, and then last.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rivius won the
I think he won
the
both,
last two. Yeah,
both of them. Yeah.
After we booted the.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah. That was an
jumped
interesting time. Why don't you tell everybody what he was saying?
No thanks. It was really bad.
So
there was
really
this
guy.
bad.
For everybody who's listening on the podcast apparatuses, where all you get your fine podcasts from, is that we played RiffTrax game because there was an update. It had like the Amazing Bulk, the Little Mermaid, Creating Realm Lazar, whole bunch of great new stuff like Spy High,
Rad,
Rad. Did we
see anything?
They had
Point Break in there.
Yeah, I know, crazy. Did they have anything from RiffTrax? I think maybe that would have been a little.
I don't know. I didn't notice anything.
Okay, but. Here's the thing. Jeremy decided that he was going to duck out and let some randos play. And immediately we got a guy whose screen name him for earmuffs for the kids, everybody. His screen name was Long Foreskin.
Yeah.
And I was immediately like, because Joy, Jeremy's wife, was dipping out. And she was moderating, and I noticed that she left like, oh, I guess we're not going to have a moderator. Oh, there she is. Speak of the devil.
Speaking of Joy.
And I said, oh, are we sure we don't? Are we sure that we don't need a moderator? Because I think we might need one. Because I saw a guy with the screen name of Long Foreskin, and was like, that's going to be a problem. And it turns out I was correct.
Yeah, I was moderating, so thankfully.
Hi, Joy.
Oh, after I left?
Yeah. The guy who decided to come in and be an idiot. Try to be an edgelord.
Yeah, see, what's that?
She said she wasn't sad that she missed that.
Oh, okay. It was kind of funny, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think
we've got much more interesting things to happen tonight. Hopefully,
yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
no, Dave that riff apparently.
Nope, no Dave that riff. Mostly because I forgot.
That's
Dave,
okay.
Dave messaged me like a couple minutes before we went live, or at least I saw it a couple minutes before. And he's like, "Don't forget Dave that riff," and I'm like, no Dave that riff.
Yeah, this is the first time in a year since we've been playing this game that one of us has forgotten. Which I thought that there would be a few more of those, but
But we do have kind of a replacement. It's the return of another feature, which we'll get to that in a minute. I'm currently bringing up some information on the people in the movie tonight that we're going to talk about. American Nightmare. No, we're not talking about Cody Rhodes. We're talking about
a ridiculous neck tattoo.
A really bad direct-to-video movie from 2002 that looks like it was from about 10 years earlier, at least.
Yeah,
it kind of feels similar, like American. What the Atomic Eden did. The one that felt like it was a 90s action movie, but that was released
Eden.
in the early 2000s. Yeah, that's one that we talked about.
Did we talk about that?
We sure did.
Okay, give me a slight. Let me see. Just like give me like little bits of it.
Atomic Eden had Fred Williamson, Lorenzo Lamas. It was where they were in like the ruins of Chernobyl. It was a group of mercenaries, and they were fighting an army. And
did it have zombies in it?
No.
Did
But it came out in 2015.
Did it have a boat on it? Did it have a boat in it?
I don't think so.
Did it have like a Zodiac raft?
I don't think so. I think this was mostly landlocked.
Okay. It's completely left me. This is how big RiffTrax has gotten. Is that I can't remember stuff we've talked about on this podcast.
They've done 559 features at this point.
It's a lot.
So there's definitely going to be a lot that we don't recall necessarily. Let's see if
but if we talked about it on the podcast, you'd think I would I had things to say about it.
Here, let's see if this jogs your memory at all.
Okay. All right. So I do remember the name Atomic Eden. But for some reason, I have pictures of like them being on a Zodiac raft, sort of like in the Melting Man. Or was it the Melting Man have a Zodiac raft? And I don't know. I don't remember. I even remember MST3K episodes. But I do remember that name. But I don't remember anything about it. Did it have zombies in it?
No. Didn't have zombies.
I'm going to have to chalk up the L, as they say on Twitter.
Yeah.
Formerly known as X.
But let's quickly take a look.
Post my L.
Yeah. Let's quickly take a look at the weekend box office. Venom: The Last Dance taking over the number one spot with a paltry $51 million. Not very many. Smile 2 dropped down to number 2. The Wild Robot still in third place, even though I'm pretty sure that's available to like rent digitally at this point. The new movie about choosing an intersex pope is in at fourth. Conclave, and We Live in Time in fifth place.
An intersex pope?
Yeah, that's I don't care. I just spoiled that movie.
Is that what it's about? I thought it was based on real
they're
thing.
Trying to choose a new pope, and the one that they pick ends up that he was born with both organs, and that's like the big twist at the end. He's got male genitalia and female.
It's not based on a real thing. It's not based on real events?
It's based on a book. No, it's based on a book, apparently.
So why? Okay, well, why is that a twist? Spoilers for the Conclave, everybody.
I don't think anybody who listens to us is going to care about that.
It's going to go watch the Conclave. Yeah. Doesn't it have movie stars in it? Doesn't it have like big names? Does it have Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, Stanley Tucci. Voldemort's in it. Ralph, what's his name?
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
Old Bob Snakeface.
Bob Snakeface. No nose. Mr. Bad Guy, no nose. No nose, bad guy, whatever. But, yeah, that's the weekend box office. Not a whole lot going on in there. But if you haven't, if you're not in the Discord and you haven't been following along with the posts, James Wen is he's really gearing up for Birdemic the musical.
Oh God!
Didn't
we talk about this last time?
No, I don't think so. We made a mention that he said he was working on it, but we have a track list now, guys. If X will load for me properly, it's taking its sweet time right now.
Axe body spray.
He put up a couple teaser trailers, which are just AI generated motion.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
It's the one is just the Birdman guy like spreading his wings.
Oh, is that all?
It's they're just the AI stuff.
Not impressive.
But here's the track list. The first song, of course, Birdemic. No
Is
One
there a
Needs
song
to
called
Die.
Birdemic?
Just Hanging Out.
That one exists. That one exists. I'm going to keep track of all the songs that already exist.
Sorry. He does have a few songs from other movies in here. The next one is Smile, which was in
that exists.
Birdemic 3. Like This, My Love, with a question mark. And then Climate Fix. Tree Hugger. Miracle Tree. And then here's another one that Cosmic Beauty.
Okay, that exists.
And then Imagine Peace. And then the last track is Caught a Big Fish with an exclamation point.
No Hanging Out with My Family?
Well, yeah, that's Just Hanging Out, I think is what he's calling it on here.
Oh, was that the first one that we said, Hanging Out with My Family?
Yeah, so that's the track list for James Wan and his movies and his musical.
The musical. Well, I thought. Okay, now wait a minute. So is this like Birdemic? Is this Birdemic 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
No,
this is
not one of those.
It's not one of those.
No, this is its own.
When's he gonna make this? Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT.
So after Birdemic the musical, here's the next thing he's working on. Okay, after Birdemic the musical, James Wan will direct Useless Grant, a biopic of President Ulysses S. Grant from failure to triumph, from a drunk to the 18th U.S. president, and it's called the Useless Grant.
Also, he won the Civil War.
Yeah. And then, that's really all James Wan's been up to.
Okay, if a story of 3-part is called a trilogy, what is a story with 10 parts? A story with 10 parts is called a decalogy. Comes from the Greek word for 10, a decalogy. So he has to finish he's doing the musical. He's finishing the Birdemic decalogy.
Well, he needs his $10 million in funding for Birdemic 4 that he's trying to get still.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
So we have Birdemic the musical, Birdemic 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Ulysses. So we're at 9 movies. We're at 9 planned movies now. Doesn't he have a bunch of other stuff that he announced? That and hey, look, I know that sometimes I say things and I'm going to do things and I have to pretend like I never did them because it kind of like crashed and burned. But this guy, my God, with all the Birdemics.
Yeah, too many Birdemics, James. Too many. Way too many.
Oops, all Birdemic.
Yeah, but we have something special right now.
Uh-oh.
We have the return of an old thing that we used to do. I got to get the music cue ready here because I didn't want it to play right after Christine's lovely intro. So here we go, folks. It's the return of short reviews of RiffTrax shorts.
Yes!
And that's because
I did not hear it.
today, it's the shorts thing.
Okay. Yeah, short.
There you go. Today we got a new short release from Con and Shawner.
Oh my gosh.
And that is
I thought you were going to play all of my bloopers just now.
Oh, all of your bloopers? Yeah, I can do that. That's easy.
Yeah,
I have
let's do that.
I have a whole folder full of Dave bloopers.
Yeah, apparently Jeremy's been hoarding. Back when we used to edit the show, I used to mess up a lot, and I still do, but we just leave them in the show now. But
oh my God,
there are some, and they're pretty egregious, and I've completely forgotten all of them.
I didn't remember I had these until I was trying to find the the thing for the short reviews of RiffTrax shorts because I couldn't remember where that was in with all my audio files, and I just found a plethora of
Dave
bloopers.
outtakes.
Of Dave outtakes, yes.
Bloopers. Yes.
So here's
All right, let's go through all of them.
Here's the beginning of Con and Shauner. This is where the progenesis happened.
Okay.
Oh my God. This, guys, Shauner and Con. Shauner and Connor. Shauner and Connor. Con and Shauner.
I couldn't get it right. I couldn't say Sean and Connor for some reason.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's
There are a couple more.
Oh, you want me to play them?
Yeah, let's
I
play them
can.
all. Why not?
All right. Well, this one, I don't remember what this was from, but we were talking about Casey Kasem.
I just thought of that clip with Casey Kasem.
Jeez.
I was very tickled.
You know what I'm talking
Yes, I
about?
know what you're talking about.
Insert clip here. Okay, everybody out there. Jeremy's gonna insert. I'm making work for Jeremy right now, or he could just remove this part.
Probably
Insert Casey Kasem. Insert Casey Kasem clip right here. Well, if he does remove it, it's going to be great for our patrons. Yeah. Insert Casey Kasem clip here. Yeah, we're going to do a dang dead dog dedication out of these upbeat tunes. And where are my pictures?
I doubt. Oh, I'm not done.
All right, that's it. That's
Okay,
it. for that
okay,
one.
now I'm done. Yeah, I don't do a good Casey Kasem. Was I drinking?
I don't know. There's a
Possible.
couple of these that I'm not going to play because I don't know what they are, and but the labels
Yeah,
on
because
them.
I used to say horrible things just to annoy Jeremy.
Here's
Kind of like what Paul. Yeah.
here's the old. Oh, here. See if you remember this one.
Headlines.
What the? What? I don't remember that at all.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, this one's called Facebook dating apps. I think I know what this one is.
Oh no.
What the hell?
I'm good with that.
Facebook is sending me, and I don't know why this is, giving me dating site app recommendations.
What?
Yeah, that's giving me. Yeah, Facebook is giving me dating site app recommendations, but all the pictures of like the couples in love, they're all like two dudes. And I'm like, what is happening here? Because
It looks like Facebook has formed an opinion about you.
yeah, and I don't know why.
Well, that's the thing that happened apparently.
Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah,
And my voice was way deeper and longer back then.
let's see what this one is.
Well, MGM. Sorry, I just my drink went down the wrong way.
you okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Dude,
MGM.
It's 8:25 in the morning. What are you drinking?
Mountain Dew Zero. Yeah, okay. It's not like hard liquor or anything.
Oh well, I'm drinking hard liquor.
You liar.
No, I'm not. Mike's Hard. Okay, more refreshing than ever. Mike's Hard Lemonade contains 5% alcoholic volume. Cold, hard, refreshing. You want me to read more from the can?
No.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Welcome back from the edit, everybody.
Oh, you're editing that
MGM.
out?
I'm such a dick.
That was a fun little walk down memory lane. Anyway, We do have a RiffTrax short to talk about.
Yes, we do.
It's introducing Video Toaster 4000.
Oh
A new short from Connet Schauner, and it was a sizzle reel trying to sell people on the video effects editing bay software stuff. Video Toaster, and
From
we got
1993.
we got a wonderful little cameo, I guess if you want to call it, from some toaster heads. We had
some people who are quite unexpected.
the great Tony Hawk. We had Penn Jillette, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And then the one that Dave and I both rolled our eyes about, Will Wheaton.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the weather lady.
Kiki Stockhammer?
Yeah.
That was the best cameo in the whole thing.
It was starring Kiki Stockhammer.
Yeah. But this was these were the tapes that they used to just randomly send out to people. They would get these lists and they would just send these tapes out, marketing to people, trying to, sell their wares. And this one was very I don't know, the guy was very anti-network television.
Yeah, what was up with that? The guys would be like, the networks are awful. There's only 3 of them, and they make all these movies and commercials. Well, now it's time for you to take over with video toasters. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, and they're just like, why are they so upset about all this free entertainment that you can just watch over the air for no cost?
And you're just gonna like replace the networks with your dumbass video toaster content in 1993?
No.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's not a proper Tony Hawk video unless it has a star wipe.
Oh, but man, just I just remembered just how cheesy with like all that video toaster stuff actually was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't know if we're still alive because everything's frozen up. Uh-oh.
I still have a counter right there, so it's still going. 23, 20, 37, 38, 39. We're still going.
Yarn, are you still there? Are you still there, Citizen Yarn? Please help us. Hey, let me try and switch back. No, we frozen.
No, we're going.
So we're still going, or just our video is frozen. Okay. Perfect.
All right.
Or it's just frozen on Streamlabs. I'm not sure. Maybe it's going. I don't have anything up. But
Well, hold on. Well, let me take a look. Let's take a look at on my end here.
yeah, you check the
I'll
Twitch
just take
while
away-
I'm talking. I'm trying not to die.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, so I heard ourselves almost in real time. It does look like here. Let me turn it all the way down here.
The wonders of live broadcasting. Woo! All right, so Citizen Yarn
it does
can
look
hear
like-
us.
It does look like it doesn't look like we're stuck. We're stuck visually, but we're still going. We're still going audio wise. So whatever, screw it. Let's do it. Let's keep going.
So anyway,
That's my vote.
Video Toaster 4000. This was a 10-minute short. It did not feel like it was 10 minutes long. Like, it flew by.
Yeah.
And I was laughing my ass off almost the whole time. The rave music when they were showing the different styling for fonts and hearing
Fonts, they were
I
very.
believe it was Connor when he's like, "Oh shit, fonts is in the house." So good.
Yeah, it's like they were very, like you can play with like all these different fonts. And it showed like all the really ugly things you can do with your fonts.
Bold.
But it's like, guys, that you don't want to do that with your, like any graphic designer will tell you. And I'm a graphic designer, and I'm telling you, you don't want to wildly experiment with your fonts because it looks bad and stupid. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing.
You don't want 27 different fonts on the screen at the same time?
No, it looks like a 15-year-old designing a yearbook. And just
Graphic
discovering all
design
the
is my
different-
passion. That's the vibes that that part gave,
Yeah.
especially that part.
But like I think what got me the most was that like all like the cool like effects that it had. You know, you had all these pre-programmed video toaster, like you had like a robot alien, like, you know,
Yeah, the
maybe
CG stuff.
maybe invasion of the robot toys was a real thing. Maybe it was an early David Giancola film that he made with video toasters. We don't know.
You never know.
We need to get him back on the program and ask him about invasion of the robot alien toys.
And what it was like directing Sean.
Yes, what was it like directing Sean Thompson? Now I thought about that, and I think maybe it got confused because we did talk about Sean Astin in the movie.
Yeah, with David Giancola.
And it was
how much
confusing
he enjoyed
Sean
working
Astin
with him.
with Sean Thomason.
I kind of want to take that episode about where we had Notebook LM give us all of our stuff and how we were talking about how wrong it was, and feed that into Notebook LM and get like a discussion about that. Just that one episode, and I want to see what it does. Maybe it'll implode on itself.
They'll be like, bruh.
But this introducing the video toaster is an outstanding riff. We expected it from those two guys. When I saw the post yesterday, I like freaked out and I immediately took a screenshot and sent it to Dave, and he's like, I can't wait. We were both so excited, and it was so good. It was so good. It was a better overall experience, I think, than our movie that we watched.
Yeah.
Although I will say, out of some recent releases, like Lancelot Guardian of Time, this movie, American Nightmare, I did not pick up my phone one time while I was watching it. I actually sat and paid attention to the whole thing without being disinterested. I mean, I wasn't interested in what was happening, but I was interested in paying attention to the riffs.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how you could possibly have been interested in the movie. You and me had very different experiences with this movie because, man, I was not a fan of this. I mean, the riff was good. We all love pancakes, etc. But boy, oh boy, for a horror movie, mystery horror movie from the year 2002, it doesn't deliver.
Yeah,
it doesn't deliver the scares. It doesn't deliver like it's very like bland, immediate post 9/11 kind of like, you know, like, oh, we're friends and we're hanging out in this friends knockoff bar, man, and we're all hanging out. And we're dressed like it's 2002 because it is 2002. But it's also Scream. And we're also doing things with the like do you guys remember radio stations and radio DJs where you would call in and you'd be like, hey, it's me, your friend, and the guy on the other end would be like, oh, I'm pretending you're my friend because like I'm just stuck in this studio all day.
I remember that because that was my life for 8 years.
Yeah.
Because I was a radio man.
Oh, nice.
For quite a while.
And you have people calling up and passing the phone around. Like, here, talk to my friend. Like, guys, no, don't do that.
I didn't have people calling up and passing the phone around, but I did have two people that would call me all the time, and I hated talking to them. And one of them is somebody that people our age might be familiar with. There was a band called Question Mark and the Mysterians. They had one hit called 96 Tears.
Okay.
And the guy, the lead singer, calls himself Q. He changed his name. It's just Question Mark. He calls himself Q. I don't think it's that Q, but he used to call me all the time because my dad was his drummer for a while, right before they recorded 96 Tears. He left the band right before they made that song. So he knew me through my dad, and he would just call me, and he was like, "Why aren't you playing my song more often?" Because our station was an oldies station, was an oldies 96. So he's like, "You need to play 96 Tears. It should be your guys' like theme song." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll pass that to
Why
my
did you let him on the air?
Because I had a schedule I had to play.
Oh.
I had scheduled music that had to go so many songs per hour, And then I had this other person who was just lonely, and she just wanted to talk to somebody, and she wasn't there all in the head. And I used to put her on hold, and I would leave her on hold for 45 minutes at a time, and she would stay on hold the whole time to talk more afterward.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
And but yeah, so that was really the only experience I had with people calling in that I didn't enjoy talking to. But this movie was very much a Scream wannabe, direct to video.
Yeah.
Like,
But here's the thing,
we
it
can do
wasn't-
this.
It wasn't funny enough to be Scream.
It wasn't funny, not funny enough. It just wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
But I did find out some interesting stuff, Dave, about some of the people
you were telling me. Yeah, you were like, "Oh, I got
that were in this movie
to get your reaction." Bleh.
and that made this movie. So the guy who directed it, produced it, and wrote it, his name is John Keyes. Keeyes. Keyes. I'm just going to call him John Keyes. He also directed a movie that I watched not that long ago that I really enjoyed called, well, he was a co-producer, I guess, but he produced it, called Becky. And Becky is...
Thanks, Becky.
It's about this girl and her dad and her stepmom, or soon-to-be stepmom, and they're in this cabin, and then these, let's see, people who would have been at home in Germany in the 40s come to the cabin, and well, the dude's got a big giant tattoo on the back of his head of their symbol, but it's also Kevin James who plays him, like the guy from all of the Adam Sandler movies, Kevin James.
Also, King of Queens.
Yeah. So that was real interesting. He did a really good job playing a believable bad guy. But they're trying to find something that the owners of the cabin left in the cabin, and they like shoot the dad, who's played by Joel McHale. And then the girl just like snaps and goes John Wick on the people. And I really enjoyed it. And then there was a sequel called The Wrath of Becky about more people that were like friends with this guy. And their new leader is played by Sean William Scott.
I feel like I should know who that is.
Stifler from American Pie.
Oh.
One of the idiots in Dude, Where's My Car?
So embarrassed for our generation sometimes. Like between like American Pie and The Matrix and garbage like we watched today. It's just like
Anyway, that's not the thing that I got
it's not
all excited about. He directed a couple things on television. And one of the things that he directed was an episode of Inspector Mom.
Shut up.
No, he did
he
the
really?
Haunted House Horror episode of Inspector Mom. I really want to find the TV series for this. Apparently, he directed movies that have John Malkovich and Antonio Banderas in them. I haven't taken the time to figure out which ones those are because I don't really care that much. But I also found out that one of the characters I think it was the main girl who like lost her sister. I can't remember anybody's names from these movies ever, but I'm pretty sure she was the main. She was either the main girl or the killer.
Not the. So was she? Hold on, wait a minute.
She was the main girl. She was the main.
Hold on, wait a minute. The
babysitter.
last time that you found out something that we couldn't figure out who played her was, it went horribly, horribly wrong.
No, this one isn't quite that bad. No, this one she was in Inspector Mom, the first movie.
So it was after 2001. Okay.
Yeah. And she also was the person who hosted the Blockbuster training videos, apparently. Sorry. My allergies are all messed up right now, so. And then, like, a bunch of people from this have been in a ton of other movies. None of them are good movies. And I don't
recognize
see
a single person in this movie.
Yeah, I don't see anything like that we would know from RiffTrax. Necessarily, this one girl, she was in a couple Trauma movies. She was in Romeo and Juliet.
Guys, Trauma is not good.
It's amazing that's where James Gunn came out of. He went from Trauma to running the upcoming DCEU.
Oh God! They better hurry because Superman enters the public domain in 10 years. Okay?
Right. She was in Head Cheerleader, Dead Cheerleader.
Okay.
Which I just think that's a fun name for a movie.
Dadly.
But she has not been in anything else that either of us have seen. Tales from the Crapper. Oh God.
Oh God.
Heather and Pugly Drop a Deuce. Wow.
Okay. Wow. I hate this already.
But one actor, I didn't recognize him from the other thing that I've seen him in until I saw his thing here on IMDb. He was in Parks and Rec. And he was in Bones, NCIS, Criminal Minds. So he's showed up in a bunch of other places, which is always interesting. Stuff that people would actually watch. And then one of the other guys moved on to be a prolific voice actor. Does a lot of English dubs.
Yeah, they usually do. Yeah,
for anime.
like Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill does voice acting when he's not playing 40-year-old teenagers.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. That's the most interesting stuff about this movie, guys. It's the other things that a few of the people have done.
So Superman enters the public domain in 2033. Batman enters the public domain in 2034. And Wonder Woman enters the public domain in 2036. So,
oh God, we're in for it then, aren't we?
Hurry up, guys.
Then we're gonna get.
I think it's good. I think it's
Blood
good
and Honey and.
I think it's good that they're entering the public domain. You want to know why? Because then people will be forced to make. Like, I think they should all be in the public domain at this point. Like all this overused garbage. That way we can get new things.
Yeah, that's true.
New things that they can own and market and make money from.
So anyway, American Nightmare. It's a movie about this nurse who kills people, just runs around stabbing them and slashing throats and all that fun stuff. She killed 4 people in the woods at the very beginning of the movie, and then it's a year later, and there's a friend group sitting in a coffee shop that's totally not to look like Friends at all, and they're listening to this radio program called The American Nightmare, hosted by Caligari. And
yes, you never see his eyes. He's supposed to sound very scary.
we never see his eyes, but he swears a lot.
And you would think that he would be involved in the murders, but he isn't.
Yeah, at least not directly, because there's a twist in this one, which we'll get to. It was a really dumb twist.
I kept waiting for the radio guy to be involved.
Yeah, I thought he was going to show up at the end, but no, he just was there to just talk about
it was just
stuff.
A colossal waste of time.
But this girl, she's picking off this friend group one by one. They all leave to go to this Halloween party, and the first girl gets picked off in her house, like right after she gets out of the shower, and
yeah, okay. So can we talk about the single most gratuitous nudity maybe in RiffTrax history?
When she's taking her clothes off to go get in the shower,
I'm like, and
Mike is like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "What?" He's like, "Oh no, my DoorDash is here with
just got here, yeah."
and Kevin and Bill are like, "Oh yeah."
And her ridiculous high-waisted panties. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, all that's covered, go all the way down to your legs, lady? Come on.
That's not the only nudity in this movie. Because the killer, she takes her top of her dress off, and her stuff has obviously been augmented. And when she took her top off, Bill, what did he say? Release the silicone bombs. I thought that was a really good riff there. But yeah, so she picks off people one by one. The main girl, her sister was one of the people who was killed a year ago. But they never found her body, just the body of the other 3 people. So they didn't know if
coming back.
Yeah, and they go to this abandoned high school. It's supposed to be a high school. It's definitely not a high school, but there's it's so stupid. They're going through it. She catches it's the guy and the main girl left, and they have a crush on each other. They're not a couple, but they reveal that they are both into each other. Because they kiss right before they go into the school, just in case. And when they go in there, she catches the guy, and I noticed something when she grabs the guy. He shuts a door, and you hear him screaming, and the girl goes to look in, the door's locked, and all of a sudden the dude's face gets slammed into the window on the door. He leaves behind a giant slobber spot on the glass. So I don't know if he spit on purpose when he did it, or if he just got slammed a little too hard on accident. I'm hoping he just got slammed a little too hard into that pane of glass. And
they didn't bother to wash off. Like, no, it's real. Leave it.
She ties him up, and the main girl goes to rescue him, and there's a scuffle, and she dips out. The killer dips out, and main girl gets the guy down, and she broke his leg somehow. When she slammed him into the door, she broke his leg. So they're gimping through the school, and she sees her down the hallway, and she blams her a couple times. And she starts clicking the gun, and he's like, "She's dead, it's fine." And she goes over, and it's her sister, tied up. And then the killer comes out. She's like, "Look at that! You just killed your sister." And then she slides her a different gun. She's like, "There's one bullet. Is it for you or for me?" And then the girl sits there and slowly raises the gun to her temple. And the guy's
Doofus
like, "No,
over here is like,
I love you."
I mean, what's her name? I don't even remember what her name is.
I don't know, Jessie or something.
Don't.
Jessie's good enough.
You have so much to live for. She's like,
Yeah, and then she turns the gun towards the killer, pulls the trigger, and there's nothing. And she's like, "Oh, now you have a taste for blood." And then the movie ends. with the killer in her house, in her bedroom. She takes
with one of the friends. With one of the friends group, right?
She takes some meds. No, you're actually mistaken.
Oh.
She takes her meds, probably antipsychotics, and she lays down in bed and she starts crying. Just the fakest, worst, baddest crying I've ever seen in a movie. And then this guy walks into frame, and it's the owner of the coffee shop.
Oh.
And he sits down and he starts stroking her head and singing Hush Little Baby. And then the door closes on its own, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, so
the movie wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. And one of the things that we haven't talked about yet is how this movie, it wants to be a number of different things. It wants to be Friends, like scary Friends, but it also wants to be Scream, because one of the motifs is that all the people are getting called. I mean, it's 2002, so it's 6 years after the Scream movies.
Yeah, the first ones came out in 96 or 97.
96.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long after Joy and I started dating when they came out. That's the only reason I can remember.
So the Scream movies, they clearly want to be Scream because they have hello, Sydney, do you like scary movies? And there's a lot of pop culture referencing going on as well.
Yes.
Which I found, I don't remember exactly what they dude, so much of this movie has left me already. I don't remember what they referenced, but I know that they did because I remember just being annoyed. It's shut up. Is there a point to any of this?
No, Dave. The answer is no. The answer is to get people going, oh, hey, I know what they're talking about. That's a much better movie.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. That's the thing, is that okay, when I'm writing like Monkey or Spaghetti and Meatballs or Nostalgia Inc., I'm gonna try to limit the pop culture references because I don't want people to be reminded of other things that they could be reading or watching.
Right.
So but when you do that stuff, it's got to be a precision bomb, or it's got to be it's got to have a purpose, right? So one of the things that I did in Spaghetti and Meatballs is that Spaghetti and Meatballs, it has two storylines in it. One is a modern storyline, and the other storyline takes place during the Civil War, and it's very much inspired by Gone with the Wind. Now, I didn't want to directly reference Gone with the Wind in this thing, directly reference it, but I just kind of wanted to throw it in there. So I gave somebody a little line when they were being oh, there's no going back to the way things were before the war. And one guy says well, if those days are gone with the wind, then we just need to do this and that. So do it like that. I'm sure that's annoying as hell, maybe, but it's not people it's at least more subtle than hey, I know this horror thing. Remember Psycho from 1960? Remember? Because that's what this movie did.
Yeah, because they talked about when they had the people calling into the radio program, they were oh, what's your fear? And she was Psycho really scared me. I can't take showers anymore.
I can't.
Because I'm afraid that I might open my eyes and see someone standing there. That was part of the riff from the guys when the girl was in the shower.
Yeah. So, but it's just none of these pieces that they had, like the Friends thing, and this sort of weird, they had this weird relationship between one of the girls and a little girl, and her parents, and they were babysitting, and the whole Scream aspect, the radio DJ that was they always kept cutting back to Peter Stormare in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And you're just none of like not like it never it never, I don't want to say coalesce, but it never like congeals. It never like becomes one. It never like fully like gels, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It always just seems like a series of gags.
It did serve for some good riffs though, because
Yeah.
the little girl was watching Halloween, I think, and her mom was like, "Do you really want to watch those scary movies?" And then that guys kept making jokes about like, "Oh yeah, well, just it's time to go watch Human Centipede 2, have fun," and stuff like that, like really really awful movies. I mean, like really bad for a kid to watch, awful movies.
Yep.
And
I remember
really enjoyed that.
I made a reference to Human Centipede in Storybook, and I think in like volume 2. And one of my nieces came, and I forgot about it. And one of my nieces came up on it. She's like, "What's a human centipede?" And I was like, "Where did you hear that?" She's like, "I read it in your book." And I said, "Oh, ask your mom."
I read it in your book, Unky Dave.
Yeah, but they're like, "What's a human centipede?" That joke didn't make any sense. And I'm like, okay, well, you're like, this is like 10 years ago. So like, yeah, you're 6. So I'm not going to answer that question, but yeah.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But overall, the movie was lame. I don't know why it held my attention so good.
I don't know why either.
I think it was just the riffs. The riffs in this were amazing. They were so good.
I had a really fun time.
They were so good.
Especially
I laughed.
early on. I was laughing early on. Yeah.
Yeah, I laughed so hard. Like, I'm dealing with all my allergy stuff and all the drainage, and I'm hacking and coughing. So it wasn't good for me to be laughing that much, but I was.
Oh, I was bored. I was bored. I mean, not from the riff, but like from the movie. I was just like, bleh. Probably not going to be rushing back to this one.
No, probably not. I'll watch Sissy so why not, Uncle Dave?
They don't call me Uncle Dave. They call me Uncle Cookie, and it's very strange, and I've never got a good answer to why they call me that.
Uncle Cookie. All
Yeah,
right, Uncle Cookie. We're going to have to remember that. Uncle Cookie.
We absolutely 10,000% are not.
Charlie B and Uncle Cookie.
All right.
Don't worry. I'm sure eventually I'll give you something to call me other than ass face. But
wow. I don't think I've ever called you that.
no, I know. But I think that's all we. I think that's all we have.
That's really all we have.
Nightmare.
Dude, there's really not much. This movie, like with all like, I know we've said this about some other movies. This movie is truly unremarkable.
Yeah,
Like truly unremarkable. It's like
it's a good one to watch if you get it on sale.
Yeah, there's nobody I recognize. There's nobody I recognize in this movie.
Nope.
There's like there's nothing that like in Birdemic you have like the weird graphics. Like in a lot of different movies that we watch, there's something that's like, oh, there's this about this movie that makes it memorable. This movie doesn't have that.
Right.
Like it doesn't, like in.
But I also didn't find myself hating the movie as much as some other ones that we've watched.
Oh, like Things and Copper Mountain and things like that. Yeah, no, I don't resent it. I don't resent its existence. You want to know what else that kind of got me about it was this, like, they make these movies because there's they don't make these movies for no reason, right? So they're there's a demand for these movies, these direct-to-DVD movies. People are buying these movies and watching them. And I'm just wondering, like, who was this movie for? Like, who was it for? I mean, yeah, okay, it had titties in it, but who gives a shit? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
you're getting old when that just doesn't interest you in the least bit. Like, I just don't care about gratuitous nudity in movies. Half the time, I'd rather they didn't have that.
Yeah, because it's like maybe it is because we're older now, but it's like,
Get off my lawn! Stop showing me your boobs.
Yeah, it's like I'm not like going into like scrambled HV. See, I thought that I was the only one. Apparently, that was a big thing. That like scrambled cable. I thought I was the only one that knew how to do that.
Oh
and
no,
watch,
that was
like Cinemax After Dark and all these other like go into like the TV guide that they would send with the newspaper and look for SSC, strong sexual content, which is like just like boobs.
Yeah.
And then like
simulated sex.
Yeah. And then just like stay up all night, just like with the sound all the way down and watch this like black and white nonsense. I'll be like, what? Oh my gosh, is that what they look like?
All wavy and stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, mine wasn't. Mine was actually perfectly clear. It was just in black and white.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was the only thing.
No,
So I was fine with it.
Around here, it was all just scrambly. But if you like clicked between two channels quick enough, it would like show like clear for like a half second, full color and everything. So that was the trick here with the little. This is okay. I'm dating myself again. Back when cable boxes had buttons across the top, and you pushed that to choose the channel.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's exactly. Yeah. And you had like the three. You had like the three tiers.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah. That's
like the three, and it was like a dial. And
Yep.
you had like 16 or you had like 20 little buttons.
And that's how you changed between the sets of numbers by switching the. Yep. God, we're old.
Yeah, I know. Now people just Google boobs on their phone. And right there.
Easy enough.
We had to
find.
work for it.
Yep. Back in the day.
It required effort.
But yeah, that's
great way to end.
That's talking about scrambled porn. Woo!
It wasn't even porn, really.
Kids today won't know the struggle. They just won't know the struggle. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us today, folks. If you like the content today, you can subscribe right here on Twitch, where we go live on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, and 7 Pacific. And you can also go to patreon.com/TrueBlueRiffcast, and you can drop us a couple dollars a month there if you feel like it or if you can. Otherwise, just watch us or listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. We've got 5.5 years worth of shows out there right now. And always bringing more because, like we said earlier, they've done 559 different feature-length films.
And they're still doing it.
So we got plenty to talk about. And hopefully we get some good Christmas stuff this year. I really hope we get that Fred Olin Ray film, the Dear Santa or Secret Santa, whatever their title they'd go by. I know Connor really wants to do it. I know, because we won't get it. But we might. Connor saw it, and he said that he's going to reach out to the people that they get all their Fred Olin Ray content through and try and get it. So hopefully I can dream, Dave. I can dream.
Okay.
Anyway, you can follow the podcast on X or Twitter. I still call it Twitter, because I don't give a shit. At TB Riffcast, and I'm everywhere else as PB and Awesome.
You check me out. I'm Dave. You can check me out. Google Dave Chadwick on Amazon. Search for me on Amazon and Audible, Dave Chadwick. Get all my books. And follow me at DChadwickAuthor on Twitter.
All right, that's going to do it for us this week. We'll see you guys next time right here on the True Blue Riffcast.
Rock till you die.
Rock, Goodbye.